Once again, these videos are not to like be not to kind of like be very like pretentious, but to just point out the mistakes that the design industry has in the Pakistani real estate market, because there's so many things that go unchecked. Quality is all, I feel as a most of the time quality is compromised for like the profit margins. Quality, the design aesthetic is not followed at all. There's no sense of design. People don't hire designers. Interior design is such a misunderstood field back at home, back in Pakistan. They think it's just furniture and just a few colors here and there. It's a whole field. It's also called interior architecture. There's a reason why they call it that. There's a huge amount of effort that goes into making spaces. And also architecture is something that's also very misunderstood and is something that people do not understand back at home. But yeah, let's get right into the video, and we're gonna point out some aesthetic mistakes, design mistakes. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. My name is Tania Sheikh and I'm a self-employed interior designer. In this video and in these videos, what I basically do is I take popular videos off of the internet and I kind of break down what kind of design styles are being used in the Pakistani real estate market, because these houses do have a huge price tag. What kind of mistakes they're making, what kind of aesthetic issues that come up with these like high price tagged homes, and whether or not they've done a good job. So yeah, I'm using my experience as a self-employed interior designer who's worked in the Pakistani design industry for almost 6 years, and I'm still taking clients remotely. But yeah, let's get right into the video, and we're gonna point out some aesthetic mistakes, design mistakes. Okay, right off the bat, when you start, I don't know if you caught it, but like the gate, let me just back up for a minute. The gate, what are your thoughts on that? You can like let your feedback, you can like send your feedback in the comments below. I love having this design conversation with you. But do you think the gate merges with the overall elevation of this huge house? The title of this video is also 125 Crore Royal Palace House. Apparently the most expensive back at home. I feel as if when you're using that amount of money to create a home that you want to be selling, you kind of need to emphasize on higher finishes. The gate, I don't know what the quality is, because obviously I'm reviewing this and I'm looking at a video. I don't know what the quality of this gate is, but aesthetically and kind of like understanding the design styles, this gate does not merge with that classical elevation over there. Not just because it's like black, not in terms of color, but in terms of the architectural style that they've used. This is a very classical setting. It's very inspired from Roman and Greek architecture, with like those columns, that entablature at the top over there. I personally love classical elevations, but I feel as I'm just kind of like entering into this house, the gate and the style kind of like gives a few question marks here and there. But let's move on. Okay, so one thing I do want to point out is that what do you guys think about the driveway? The driveway, I feel as if they've used marble. They've used like an inlay technique of marble. I could be wrong, but from what I can see, the finish and the smoothness, I'm pretty sure that this is marble done for the driveway. I'm a bit concerned about some of the elements on this elevation. Overall, it does look nice, but the things that I feel as if should have been missing, should not have been put. Number one is that chandelier. Number two is perhaps this ornament on the double-story windows. I feel as if that gold touch was not needed. I am hesitant towards like these gold plating on the top. Perhaps on the central one over here, on the central in the center of the home, that's fine. But I feel as if there's this really soft look that's going on. Perhaps they could have skipped the gold. One thing I do want to point out in my other videos as well, people, whenever they're constructing homes, whether it be developers, architects, designers, I personally feel as if you should always use the same shade of gold, especially on such a important aspect of your design build. The front elevation, don't use multiple shades of gold. This gold is definitely different from the gold on the chandelier, from the gold in these like lampposts outside. So this is something small that I feel as it should be taken care of. And other than that, the gate with the silver and the black, it does not merge with the whole classical aesthetic that they're going for. One small thing that I do want to point out is that this classical style elevation has an architectural error. What they've done over here is this is the entablature of the building. This is technically called entablature in like architectural terms. They've used this entablature and this concrete railing to kind of like section that balcony off. But what they've done over here, I don't know why they did that, but they added a second railing on top of an already existing boundary with concrete over here. I don't know why they did that. I'm not sure, but yeah, but I feel as if that metallic railing that kind of completely messes with the front elevation. But yeah, other than that, the whole classical feel of this space, it does look good from the outside. Once again, a bit conflicted about the door. Perhaps the gold could have been skipped, but let's keep on. I do really like the driveway, by the way. The driveway's actually done quite nice, and yeah, the garden with the central fountain's pretty nice as well. Okay, I do have my reservations in terms of the patterns that they've used for the driveway over here. Let's just get that top view. I'm not sure why they had to kind of break that pattern. Okay, it's also about angles over here. From this angle, this does look darker. From the other angle, it looked like white and a really light gray. If it's a darker shade of gray or if it's black, then definitely it's a heavier pattern. But if it's lighter and it's an angle issue and a camera issue, then definitely they should have thought about that. The exterior is quite nice now that they're giving glimpses. Okay, so do have my reservations on this area. I feel as if they haven't been able to spend that much money in this section because this is perhaps a metallic shed. Not sure about the curved arches over here. The arches, these ones, they look great. The central one, I feel as if that might have been an afterthought. But yeah, the quality of this section does kind of look lower as compared to the other exterior areas of the space. Okay, so we're in a very important part of the home, which is the main reception. What are your thoughts about this? What I feel like, I think that's like gun metallic and a different shade of gold for the railing. I do feel as if that could have been done a bit better. The stairs, they're beautiful. There are these double staircase leading up towards the second floor. I feel like they could have been a bit more grander in a different manner. They don't necessarily need to be with high motifs or like extreme gold. They could have really brought those stairs out in a different manner. It's just this concrete stairs going all the way up, curving, and then there's no finishing done on the stringer of the stairs. That's what's I feel as if that's what's bothering me a bit. The wallpaper or whatever tile that is, I feel as if that should not be there. Okay, so I'm right about the railing. They have used this gun metallic shade and this different dull shade of gold. I feel as if that doesn't merge quite well. What do you think? It gives a very faded silverish look. Other than that, I do see a few construction issues. In terms of aesthetics, they've kind of cut up the keystone and the arch over here. I feel as if that's perhaps a mistake, because just look at the keystone over here. It's quite apparent. Over here, it just cuts off. That's because they've definitely added a false ceiling over here, and that kind of cuts up our arch over there. That's a construction mistake that they should not have made. I feel as if there probably wouldn't have been a need for like a really plain false ceiling if they could have added proper points on the concrete of this house. They wouldn't need that false ceiling for those multiple lighting, but yeah, do you see what I mean? They've lowered the ceiling because of the false ceiling, the gypsum panel, and they've cut up their arch over there. So that's a big mistake. Other than that, design wise, I do have my reservations on the mixing of furniture. Classical furniture here, modern furniture here, modern furniture here. Another modern element, it's this geometric book match that does not merge with the whole ambiance of the space. It's supposed to be a classical interior, and you know what the thing is, modern and classical fusion, it's something that I've done as well, and I love doing that. But you know what the thing is, it's about balance, and I feel as if over here, there's a balance that's missing. The wall, the texture on it, the colors on it are a bit heavier. It's multiple colors, multiple texture, and the book match, because it's like multiplying, it's just adding a lot of pattern to a space that already has a lot of molding going on over here. The doors, I feel as if they're quite nice. The doors are done right, but we'll see more moving on. You see what I mean there? Like, this is not wallpaper, it's tile because of the reflection of the lights. Window treatments, once again, I feel as if it could have been better. You know, it's quite an expensive home, and yeah, let's move on. You know what the thing is with the chandelier? I don't know if you guys can tell, but with the chandelier, the central chandelier in the reception, I feel as if it looks huge. It takes up a lot of space, but I feel like that's probably not worth a lot, because it doesn't have that much volume to it. Volume not in the sense of like texture, but like, do you get what I mean? There's these like metallic arches. It's quite empty. What do you think? Like, they wanted to add this huge chandelier. I think the lighting plan could have been done a bit better. Even if they would have gone for a smaller chandelier, something that's like dropping down a bit more, not as big, but a bit subtle. Not subtle in the sense that it doesn't have anything on it. Like, I feel as if this one has so many empty spaces. I think it could have been better. No need for that calligraphy over there. Moldings, already they have a heavier molding. They're adding more heavy motifs with the furniture, with the carpet patterns, with the mosaics here and there. Okay, this is one thing that I do want to point out. I saw this video before, and I don't understand how they did that ceiling and what could be the function of that. That's highly not functional in the sense that it's not gonna last. There's a chandelier, then there's this tent canopy. I don't understand why they did that. This is fabric. It is going to catch dust. Especially with the climate back at home, it's gonna be a mess. And I don't know who thought it was a good idea to put fabric on your ceiling. Not sure about that, but design wise, it's definitely a disaster. but also in terms of functionality, they shouldn't have done that. And 125 crore, that's a lot of money going into ceilings that have fabric on them. I feel as if that's something to think about. Furniture, once again, I have my reservations to it, not because it's classical Eastern furniture, not because of that, but because I feel as if I feel like it's not giving that luxury look that it's supposed to give. Okay, one thing, do you see the onslaught of pattern over here? You know, with classical interiors and classical homes, like there needs to be a fine balance of textures, patterns and colors. Over here I feel as if they've completely missed the mark. Look at the heavy calligraphy on the curtains. I feel as if that's too heavy and that's clashing with the heavy embroidery of the sheer curtains. The furniture, the black, I do really like that, but once again they've added these wallpaper additions. I feel as if those were perhaps not needed. Even if they were needed, even if this does look good, the gold in the window presence is different from the gold in the wallpaper. Like these things I feel as they need to be balanced when you're creating interiors. And once again they've added that calligraphy on the ceiling as well. There needs to be a balanced calligraphy. Would have looked beautiful if it was done in a good balance, in a good proportion, not just splatter it everywhere in this room. But yeah, let's see how that goes. Another thing that I missed was that I hope you got that, but another thing that I missed was that tufting over there at the back. Okay, it's a bit hard to manage this, but yeah, the tufting, the black tufting over there in that room is not ideal in terms of aesthetic, and once again in terms of functionality. It's black catches dust in Lahore. I'm assuming this is in Lahore. Dust in Pakistan like crazy. Any black surface is going to catch dust left, right and center. Design wise though, that tufting is a no. Okay, so I do want to kind of break this bathroom down. Let's look at this wardrobe over here. That's not solid wood. In a house that is 125 crore, I would assume that they have like solid wooden doors for their wardrobes, but apparently it doesn't seem like it. From what I can tell, these are mixing of two different materials. Probably this is a wooden frame over here, and then they've added like, perhaps this could be ply, perhaps this could be some kind of artificial material with this geometric pattern. What do you think about the bathroom? Don't you think there's too much going on? Like this style is completely different, this style is completely different, this style is completely different, that style is completely different, this is completely different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 5 tiles that are completely different. They're using this in one bath, and the wardrobes have their own texture in it, the tiles have their own texture, the ceiling has its own texture. They should have planned this properly. By the way, that tile over here, that's a very cheap quality tile. This tile is not expensive at all. This is not even properly embossed. I've seen this in the market like the past few years that I've been going for market surveys. These kind of tiles with this like blocked design with the kind of printing that's on it, this is very budget friendly. This is very not 125 crore house installation material, but yeah, let's move forward. This video is going really quick, so I'm just gonna give an overview. This bathroom as well, what do you think? Do you understand and do you kind of relate to what I'm saying? Look at the vanity. The vanity top has its own rustic pattern. Once again, I feel as if that's some kind of embossment on it. That does look like a tile to me. I could be wrong because once again, this is a video. That does look like a tile to me. Different texture. The front has a different texture. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 different textures once again in a bath. I feel like somebody had leftover tiles from some other construction site that they thought it was a good idea to mix and match in this home. The mirror with the glass shower cabin, another pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4 heavy motifs, heavy patterns that I don't know why they've added over here. And by the way, it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, yeah, the 5th one is probably on the floor, but this kind of looks the same. But yeah, I hope you understand what my concerns are. But yeah, even the ceilings very heavy. Oh, okay, so that's kind of like a glimpse on the wardrobe aspect that I was talking about. Let's kind of like have a look over here. So once again, what do you think in terms of the wardrobe? It's, I don't know, this looks like an artificial material to me. Aesthetic wise, it's not pleasing to the eye. It's not nice. Different tiles for the floor, vanity. Look at how heavy that door is. That door did not need to be that heavy. I take my statement back previously that the doors in this house are done right. That's not, there's no intricate work over here. Even those moldings, they're like big moldings. No finesse in it. Go for moldings on your doors. Go for classical moldings. They're beautiful. They're really nice. But very thick moldings over here. Do you see how it's protruding out of the door? That's a good like ½ an inch protrude over here. They've added that molding on the threshold as well. Not needed at all. I don't know why. The two-tone gold and brown does not blend. They've also used a different pattern and different texture for the beading. It's called the beading, the door frame. In the, like, you know, commonly used like the beading frame. They've used another pattern, another texture, more molding. I had hopes from this home in the beginning because the exterior was so nice, but the interior, I don't understand what they've done. The sink also has its own molding thing going on. It's a no from me. Tile 1, 2, 3 different tiles. Probably another texture and pattern on another wall, on the 4th wall, but too much pattern. No color consistency, too much pattern. Wow. By the way, I really hope like whoever's watching this video, can you kind of tell that these tiles are not just design wise outdated, they're also very cheap tiles. Why I don't understand why they would add those. This is gray, that's brown, that's metallic. I don't know what they've done over here. These are definitely cheap tiles. I'm not sure about these ones. They could be a bit better, but like yeah, these are like those like Chinese tiles that people usually want to add in their like service kitchens and things like that. They're just budget friendly. That's what I'm saying. Aesthetic wise, of course, they're not looking nice. I don't know why they did that. That wallpaper was really bad. Once again, no consistency, a different molding pattern. I don't know why they've done that. I did have high hopes for this space. Brass, complete. Okay, this kitchen, oh my god, why did they do that? So there's such a heavy pattern on the floor. I really hope you can see that. And it's a book match. So what technically book match means, like there's this marble grain and it kind of matches, it's kind of mirrored on the left or the right, top or the bottom. It's a mirrored image of a marble texture, and this has been multiplied to the scale of this room, which is like, how many prints are these? I can count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in this area. To just multiply that, just think about the amount of texture in this area. Brass, by the way, I don't know if you guys can tell in the video, but this is padding. this has foam in it. This is not a good idea. You can tell it's foam because it's kind of protruding out. Brass has been installed. It's probably not brass, it's probably that gold plated material, that chrome material that you find. Could be, maybe it's brass. I don't think it's brass, doesn't look like it. The finish quality is not good. You can tell it's padding because of the light. Just look at how the light is. If there's like a water leakage or something over here, somebody's, I don't know, some kind of water, not that people throw water on their walls, but like if anything happens, this is destroyed. And the white fabric for your wall, not a good idea. Kitchen, okay, wow, why have they used, once again, like so much molding? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 linear lines with heavy molded patterns. That's a complete waste of space. They could have had additional cabinets over there. Yeah, and then you're probably thinking, how could you reach that? There are tons of design ideas with like those like really beautiful ladders, with like a top kitchen pantry that looks really nice. But like, you know, they could have done something with the false ceiling, covered that empty space up, something plain, something not too heavy, not a heavy lighting plan. Oh, talking about the lighting plan, once again, a chandelier, completely heavy, molding, extremely heavy, spotlights that I feel as if they do not follow a proper lighting plan. They go around this dome, I'm assuming. The kitchen, it's too much. Apart from that, those top moldings over there, those panels over there, the door panels are extremely heavy. The backsplash is also super heavy, not good quality tile, and this the black appliances with the whole white, it's not good. Not good at all. Do you see how heavy that was? Oh my god, that was really heavy. I swear I'm trying not to be picky. Like, I have other videos where I swear I'm not, like, I'm very objective about it, but this is just an onslaught of pattern and an onslaught of textures. I feel as if it's a bit much. Is that okay? Is that tile? I hope that's tile. I hope that's tile in the bathroom. Okay, I was a bit worried that maybe somebody thought it was a good idea to add padding in a bathroom as well, but that's definitely tile. That's not padding. I had like a mini heart attack for a minute. Once again, different tile for the floor, different for their like vanity wall, different for the shower, and different for this wall as well. Ceiling, okay, by the way, one thing that they did do nice is that they kept like really high ceilings, which is a really nice thing to have if it's done properly. Over here it's not. Once again, heavy molding. Okay, they put a molding over here to kind of cut the tile. They didn't want to put tile all the way, you know, all the way up. Obviously that's a huge cost. Not that these tiles look as if they're very extremely, you know, high quality, especially this one. Come on, that's not good. They use this material in the outdoor, in the entrance, this one. So there's a lot of like mix and match going on. There's a lot of like material that they're salvaging from one space and using in the other. Don't do that. Properly design your spaces, please. Hire proper architects and proper designers. I feel like for this house, I'm just gonna go all the way back. For this house, I feel like see that tile? It's the same one. For this house, I feel as if they probably got an elevation made and a floor plan made from an architect and somebody, whoever owns this land, or whoever developed this project. They thought they could just like get it done on their own. A designer was probably not involved in the construction of this house, and if they were involved, I would really want to have a conversation with that designer and gonna talk to them about what the thinking was. I feel as if from the outside it seems like it has a lot of promise, but in terms of construction quality, they've made not a few, but a lot of mistakes. Design wise, there are multiple errors inside. it's not worth, maybe the land could be worth some of the kind of compensate for the huge price tag, but the construction they've done on this is completely not worth the price that this project has. So I feel as if we've gotten to a point where we can kind of understand that the interior is it's a mess, it's a hodgepodge of bad design decisions. Construction wise, they've used material here and there, they haven't properly designed it. They did not want to buy proper cladding for the outer fence. They used the same tile in that theater area and outside. The bathrooms are not properly planned at all. And I feel as if somebody just thought that it was a good idea to add so much molding and so much pattern just to make it look like a classical palace, which it does not look like. But I don't understand the title as well. Anyways, exterior great, interior horrible. Exterior has a few issues. The interior, I feel as if please rip everything apart and get it done completely, get it done all over again. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this small little design review of this project, whoever's project this is. Once again, these videos are not to like be not to kind of like be very like pretentious, but to just point out the mistakes that the design industry has in the Pakistani real estate market, because there's so many things that go unchecked. Quality is all, I feel as if most of the time quality is compromised for like the profit margins. Quality, the design aesthetic is not followed at all. There's no sense of design. People don't hire designers. Interior design is such a misunderstood field back at home, back in Pakistan. They think it's just furniture and just a few colors here and there. It's a whole field. It's also called interior architecture. There's a reason why they call it that. There's a huge amount of effort that goes into making spaces. And also architecture is something that's also very misunderstood and is something that people do not understand back at home. But I feel as if the clients of these homes and the people who are looking for a good house have so many concerns when it comes to buying a pre-made home, and people do voice out their concerns when they see what's available in the market. And yeah, I'm just pointing all of those things out. I hope that my audience can kind of see the construction quality that they've put in this space. And design, let's just leave design aside, right? Because design errors are huge, they're grand. There's no kind of like architectural thinking being followed, no kind of aesthetic being maintained. There's no consistency. But quality wise, I think this is a complete disaster. Once again, not to sound pretentious, because there are people in the market that want to buy homes, they want to buy good quality homes, and there are multiple issues with that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm a self-employed interior designer. I feel as if I can make these comments, and I hope that my audience agrees to it. Leave your comments down below, and I do really like having this design conversation. I'm self-employed. I come and go from Lahore to Toronto. I have my website, and you can book a consultation with me or a design package with me and my team. I also have bespoke furniture. These are furniture pieces I've designed from scratch. They took 2 years to make, I think 1.5, and then like 6 months to just kind of like conceptualize everything. But yeah, I hope you like them, and if you want to check them out, you're free to do that, and I would really appreciate it. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Okay, so I'm back, and I have one more thing that I wanted to say before I finish this video off. My editor is gonna put this small little note somewhere inside. So please do that. Okay, so this video is really popular and it has almost, wait, hold on, let me, it has almost like it has like it has 1.5 million views. On YouTube, the channel is also quite big. Please do not send me hate, because I have gone through the comments and they are extremely positive, with a few comments that do raise concerns over the construction and the price tag. So I just want to point that out. I am talking from a designer's perspective who's worked in the industry, who's seen all of the materials used in this house. I've seen the kind of materials they've used. Let's just put design, aesthetic and design to one side, not following architecture, aesthetics, designs, norms, styles. Let's put all of that to the side. There are construction mistakes that I want to point out once again, something that I mentioned before as well. The arches differ. That was in the pool area, that was in the main inner reception area. This is the main inner hall living area. It's in the main reception. Just look at it. It's not easy to spot, but when you kind of think about it and think about the construction thought that's probably gone in this building, one arch, completely different radius, another arch, different radius. It's not the same. Look at how arched this one is. This has a wider width, but because they wanted to match the height, they had to completely change the arc's radius. Does not align with this one, does not align with that one. And another thing that I pointed out before, they messed up with the false ceiling. It cuts the arches, it cuts the molding that they've put over here. This has not been thought out properly. Aesthetic wise, I'm sure there are people out there that would definitely enjoy this space. I have a lot of concerns when it comes to the type of aesthetics and balancing materials and fixtures that they've used over here. Let's not talk about that. But there are quality and construction issues. There's this one comment that I found, not my words, so there are people that agree with this as well. Please don't send me hate. And okay, so it's by this user, let's not name them. I believe the plot is located in D block of Gulberg Greens, where the rate of a 10 canal plot is approximately 15 crore by max. So the land price, according to this comment, is 15 crore. Even if the construction accumulated, it is never justified over 40 to 50 crores. Though I haven't seen the complete video, I haven't seen the complete video, I'm just looking at their trailer. Irrespective of the material being used, the asking price is totally pointless. I can give you an insight on the material being used, and it is not good quality materials. They have not hired a professional or a competent designer or architect over here who was not able to figure out that their false ceiling drop was going to cut their arches in the main reception. Rest assured, let's leave aesthetics aside. There are multiple construction and quality concerns in this home. So yeah, just wanted to point that out. I was just finishing the videos, sending it over for the edit, and I came across the comments and I thought I would share that as well. So yeah, I hope, please leave your comments below. I do really want to know. I hope this doesn't get too controversial. Bye.